Tell him, Rue. Okay, here we go, guys. Hope you're doing well here. Get ready for this new year to approach 2020, where I have once again failed a goal. I'm supposed to be off of this cruddy medication by now, and I'm not. In fact, I'll be seeing the doctor one more time. Those that followed my whining and bitching from when all this started, and reasons and backlog stories, which one day I'll sit down and do a little story about me and whatnot, and how I came to playing guitar. But just remember this: the community that I've met so far here on YouTube, there's a craft going around of people about my age, that late in life turned to guitar. Some people, they had no music background, they just decided to play, which is just a beautiful thing. Anything that puts you into creating music is just wonderful. To me, it is the most beautiful thing. It's so organic. But anyway, enough of that. We're going to get into this classic vibe, often seen on my channel, probably the most since I bought it. It wasn't supposed to be as good as it is. And keep in mind, I don't know what good is yet, really, because I can only go by what I hear and what other guitarists have played. But these classic vibes weren't really out when I was playing drums all those years. It was, at least not that I know of, it was either Strats. I don't think that I had any brand snobs when I was coming up and playing. Which reminds me, one day I might try to do a Skype with some old band members of mine where you guys can maybe hear some stories of some stuff, if we can maybe have them weed out some of my embarrassing moments. I partied a little bit back then, guys, and some nights, oftentimes it would be me out on the weekends playing, and I would be like, no well drinks, and they would bring us shots and whatnot, and we'd have great shows, but I'd always go home late, and oh boy. But anyway, guys, this is the Squier Strat classic vibe 60s three-tone sunburst that you see a lot. It's like I said, it wasn't meant to be my favorite, and I can't put a favorite. I can just say that I love it. This was listed as a $169 Squier standard Stratocaster with upgraded Mighty Mite pickups. This is just how it was sold, and I knew better, because when I saw that headstock, I was like, hold on a minute, yeah. You and I both know those tuners, that yellow tint, the rosewood fingerboard, actual rosewood, and what gave it away for me too was how thin. That was my other justification. Look how thin that is, and that's unique to the 60s. That's not to save money. That's unique to the 60s, because they sell their regular Strats with rosewood near a quarter-inch thick sometimes. So for $100. So yeah, that has to do with time-specific. It's a classic vibe. It's a shoot back on the old school, so in the 60s. So with modern appointments. But yeah, so what we're going to do, not today, but I did order some new strings, which these are still pretty new. So, but I'm going to have to waste that one, I guess. Or I'll put them up as spares, because you never know. I want to take this pickguard off, and I'm going to try to mint green this thing. The one that came off my Gilmore Strat and went back to the black. So yeah, what do you guys think about that? A mint green with the black pickups. I suppose I could order some cheap cream colored knobs, but I don't know. I kind of want to make this my own. I like Stevie Ray Vaughan and I like everybody, man, that has their own sound. But I kind of want those cream covers, though. You know what I'm saying? I like the black, but you can't see the pickups. They don't stick out as much on here. But now if I do stick the mint green on there, they damn sure will. But, like I said, we'll see. I might get like a variety of some cheap ones that just kind of just go on, I mean, they're not that expensive anyway. But a lot of people that I know are like, hey man, you should keep, you know, that mint green pickguard and the tortoiseshell are like two of the most hot, most wanted colors, and you're wanting to take both of them off of your guitars. I was like, yeah, man. I mean, you know, I love the look of the black Strat, man. I mean, I always have, and that's why I bought it. But in this one, it's because it was a classic vibe for $169. So yeah, plus it was set up. Someone looked like they started to relic it. That's exactly what that is because of the cigarette burn. It's kind of fake. I think what they did was they sanded in some kind of like a tarnish in there, and then up here they did a pretty good job like starting to smooth it out. But I really want to get that. You know, you can see it around the top here too. See how it goes around the top, and then it stops there. Yeah, that's not accidental. That's purposely done, but they didn't finish. See a little on the tip there. I hope that won't hurt the wood, but you know, so I'll get that fixed up. But yeah, here we go. We're gonna play a little bit on it, and then over the next couple of days before the strings get here, I'm going to take this pick guard off. If I don't switch it, I'm still gonna take it off because I want to find out what pots are on this. Since they switched these out to these Mighty Mites, I want to see. Now these could be Mighty Mite covers with the original you know, I don't know. They said look at the fingernail gunk, guys, because I don't play with a pick. Pretty gross, right? And yeah, bent steel saddles. I might put a Mexican one on here. I don't know, man. I love this thing. It was bought, like I said, to be modded, but then when I found out that it was a classic vibe, you know, the $55 shipping kind of made it about right at $224. But I don't know, that sickens some people. They're like, dude, where do you find these deals? Well, you have to stay shopping on Music Go Round and Guitar Center. But let me tell you something about Guitar Center. In my experience, you see their mistakes that they have, you better call it in and say, hey, could you look this up for me? Don't give it away. Just say, what? Could you tell me what it looks like and blah, blah. Okay, will you wrap it up right now? I'll buy it. If you wrap it up right now and put a label on it with my name, I'll buy it. They'll do it. All right, guys. So, yeah, we're going to do a little bit of playing. You guys, I've just been trying to put... See, there's where I bought it from. You think I should pull that sticker off? I'm afraid it'll mess up the varnish. But anyway, yeah, Music Go Around. Pretty cool. This thing came from like Wisconsin or something. Wisconsin. All my people from there, I love you. That's where my father's side, my real father's side family come from. Came from the Fraunfelters. I was adopted, so check that out. Yeah, it's beautiful, man. Beautimous. You know, this should be which color too. They put a black one. I don't know if it came that way or not, but and you can see sometimes on these when they take the black and they meet all the way up to there. Mine's not, so it's a 3-piece. It's at least a 3-piece, but I like it. Yeah, and it's definitely alder because the grain gives that away. See, it's like a heavier grain there. Basswood is less grainy, I think. I mean, it depends on the cut. I think that's what that is, but yeah. And real rosewood, medium jumbo frets or tall, medium, whatever they call it. Yeah, this is it, guys. If you ever see a classic vibe, like even the new ones are nice, but if this is a Chinese made one, but if even the new ones are nice, but like check out used for these and you'll find them pretty good, and try to find them locally too. Like people will buy them for their kids, you know, like a nice one, a little Squire package, and a music store will say, well, this is the best to get for a beginner rather than a little box set. But even the box Squires are good, you know, you can, the SEs, you know, they're full bodies. And this one's a little bit lighter, I think, than my Mexican, but I like it. All right, guys.